is Nina Perez, and this is Memoirs of a Fat Girl, going from P.H.A.T to P.H.A.T in real time. I have just finished a video making a cauliflower risotto, so you guys have to watch it because it's going to go together with this one. And this one is how to make the perfect steak. So I can't wait to eat it. I know that last week you probably already saw that I made a vegan artichoke spinach dip, and it was awesome. And that was for my boys who are going from pescatarian to vegetarian, who eventually want to be vegan. I also have a few family members that are vegan, so this was in respect for them and how they eat. I did tell you in that video though, I am a carnivore, and so is my husband. So I have been trying to make him a vegetarian or so. Not happening. Not happening. Not even in my wildest dreams. So we're just gonna let that go. We're just gonna let that go. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you click below, click the like button, share away, and also click that little bell notification so you don't miss a video. We have a bunch of recipes on here, some that you will find very interesting and like. I hope that you do try them. I also am doing a boot camp. It started off as a boot camp for fat girls because I am going from P.H.A.T to Pretty Healthy and Terrific. And it ended up being a boot camp for everybody. I have young people and older people and boys and girls and women and men. I mean, it has been really awesome. It started with 5 people and we are up to 26 people. So it is really growing and people are welcome to come. So please, 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 please email me at hello@memoirsofafatgirl.live if you want to know more about that and more about joining that community. Please do that. Also, you can follow me on Facebook. I have the Fat Girl Club on there as well. If you want to be part of that community, just make sure that you go on there and go ahead and click and it'll send me a notification that you want to be a part of it. I will respond to comments below, so if there is something that you would like to see, something you'd like to see me do differently, or something you'd like me to recreate for you, like if there's a chocolate something or other that you like to have, but you don't want to have it because you know that it's going to cost you some inches on your waist, go ahead and tell me what it is and I will try to reinvent that recipe for you. That's what I do. I am a chef by trade and I do like to create recipes. I love creating recipes, and I love recreating recipes that I think are out there that are okay, and then I think that maybe I can put a spin to something and make it a little bit better. I think most of us think that way anyway, right? That's the way we are. Like, we cook at home and we think, I probably can just throw this in there and that in there and make it better, because we all have our own taste, right? So this is a beautiful steak and it is about 1.5 inches or so thick, which is how you want it, especially because I am going to double sear this on each side to develop a nice crust. I want the inside to be about 120 degrees, which is about medium rare, and that is the way my husband likes it. Hopefully, I will nail it. That's the goal. That's the goal. So each side, about 2 minutes per side, and about two rotations each side. I think I got that right. But that's the way my brain is saying it, so I think that's the way it's gonna be. So I just dried these off. That's what you just see me do. I made sure that these are dry, still a little bit wet. I sprinkled a little bit of salt, not much on them, so that it can take the moisture out of it, because you want it to be really, really, really dry, so when it hits that screaming hot pan, you can have that beautiful, beautiful sear. I have the pan right now on the stove getting piping hot while I do this. So we already did that. I'm gonna just sprinkle, because I only sprinkled a little before, and you do wanna be really nice and generous with your salt and pepper on this. So this is a little salt, there's a little pepper in here, not much. So I bought my pepper grinder out. I got this pepper grinder from someone many years ago and I love it. It was such a beautiful gift. It's one of my favorite gifts actually, so I keep it right next to my stove so that I can use it every time I need some fresh ground pepper. So we are going to, oh, did you see that by the way? I actually put salt and pepper also on the fat side because we're gonna render that first and then the rest of it kind of pick up, right, from the plate. Please, 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 please season both sides of your food. Please season both sides. I cannot stand when I see people cooking and seasoning only one side of their food. Like, really? Don't do that. That's an insult to your food. If you're gonna, you know, have an animal as your meal, the least you can do is treat it with some dignity and respect. At least that's how I see it. So we're gonna put that to the side for a moment. While the pan is getting piping hot, you want it really like screaming hot. Like you really want it to be like good 400 degrees, like really hot. You can put it in the oven. You can also do that, pop it into the oven. It's just really warm in here, so I didn't want to do that. Pop it into the oven at about 500 degrees and leave it in there for about 30-35 minutes. You'll have a perfect pan for it. All right, these are some chives, got them from my garden. And I'm like, I'm not gonna let all of this amazing chiveness go to waste. So we are going to cut up some chives and put it in our butter. So we had some chive butter that I made before, but don't last around here. So my son is a foodie, so he will use anything and everything, and I love that about him. So he's with us for a little bit, so it's nice to have him actually. So we're gonna cut this up. This is a shallot. All I'm gonna do put in here is a little bit of chives, one shallot chopped up really nice, maybe a little bit of lemon zest since I had some left over from the risotto, the cauliflower risotto that I made. Chives are pretty simple. You're just gonna cut them kind of like you would like a little red onion, okay? And just chop away. All right? After you chop, I want you to chop it again, and then again, and then again. And the reason for that is you want it to be really, really fine minced when it goes into your butter, okay? And I think, actually, I might just stick with half of shallot. I was gonna do the whole shallot, but I think this is gonna be enough. I don't want it to be just onion only, right? So we'll go ahead and we'll just do the half of shallot. So guys, let me know if you wanna see anything. I really am interested in trying to do some more recipes and recipes that you like, right? So I have my own preferences of foods. And if you missed it, a couple of weeks ago, I made this curry, was it curry? Yes, it was a curry fish dish with my friend Nandita. I'll try to make sure that I link that above. She came on and made us an amazing curry fish. It was so good, dairy-free, delicious, and very healthy. So please, please, please go catch that if you can, okay? So half a shallot into the butter. So in here, literally, that's all we're going to do. By the way, the butter is salt-free. So it's no salt butter, and it's a grass-fed butter. I think it's Kerrygold is the one that I have. And we're gonna just mix this. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna put a garlic in here. Just because I want to. There's really no reason to this. I mean, you can put it in if you want to. I like garlic. I love the taste of garlic in my salad dressings. I love the taste of garlic in my food. So I'm just a garlic girl. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in there too. Why not? Why not? My husband doesn't mind garlic either. And like Rachel Ray says, right? 2 garlics cancel each other out. So if I go kiss him later, I'm not gonna care that his breath smells a little bit like garlic. So there we go. I'm gonna chop this up really well. Make sure you guys go on to memoirsofafatgirl.live and go on there and check out our merchandise. You're gonna love all this witty t-shirts, mugs, hats, and all that kind of great stuff that I got going on there. It's really fun. There's more t-shirts to come. I am a little bit sarcastic, so you'll probably see a lot of sarcasm going on in those shirts. That is just how I am. I am a straight talker. And sometimes I just am a little bit sarcastic for my own good. At least that's what my husband tells me. So there you go. Right? They're always the ones that are going to be the most truthful with you when you don't want them to be. All right. Garlic goes in, and that's it. Butter is done. I'm probably gonna put a little tiny bit of salt in here as well. Probably just a tad, like a touch of kosher salt or pink Himalayan or something like that. But that's pretty much it. It's soft butter. Okay, we're gonna put that to the side. We're gonna put our chives and shallot to the side. get ourselves cleaned up here, and then we're gonna go ahead and sear that steak. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so the pan is hot. It is hot. Look at that. See that smoke? That's what you want, and you want it to smoke. We're gonna put these beautiful bad boys on their fat, okay? On the fat cap, all right? Make sure that they're as dry as you can get them. We're gonna put them on there for 1 minute. So about 1 minute, they're gonna go onto the fat cap so that can get nice and crispy, and a lot of that fat will render. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the 2 sides. Now, I know a lot of you are like, wait a minute. You're supposed to let the steak sit and walk away and act like it never happened. That is true. But I wanted to see once, I kind of like wanted to see what would happen if I kept doing the flipping thing. And so I flipped it, and I flipped it, and I flipped it, and it made like this really great crust. And then I was looking online the other day, and I saw that someone else did that, and I'm like, hey, you know, so you never really invent anything, but it's kind of cool to discover it. So this was a great, you know, kind of mess up, and also like a great discovery that actually people are doing out there, because as a chef, I was like, no, no, no. You leave your steaks and you leave them alone. You don't touch them, but that's not true. That is not true. All right. See that color? That's what I'm talking about. Lay them bad boys on the side. Color? On the side. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And I do not have no shame in my game. 2 minutes. That's what I want. 2 minutes. Exactly 2 minutes. I'm going to flip it again for 2 minutes. I'm going to flip it again for 2 minutes. I'm going to flip it again for 2 minutes. And I'll show you what I'm talking about with that amazing crust. And so some of you who already cook steaks might want to even try this method, because it's actually, it works. And it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to have this nice crisp to it. And a lot of times what I did before, when I did the steaks before, is I went and I had, this is a New York strip, but I had a ribeye. I think it was a ribeye. Yeah. And I put the crushed garlic in with the oil, and I put rosemary, and I bathed the steak, and it was slamming good, slamming good. But this I want to do a little bit different. I want that nice cap, that nice sear to it. Then we're gonna take this beautiful butter, and we're gonna put it on there, cover it up, let it sit for 10 minutes, and the bad boy is ready to go, ready to go. All right, so we got 1 more minute, 1 more minute. See, sometimes when you're talking, you're not paying attention, and then before you know it, you overcook your steaks. No, thank you. No, thank you. I have a friend who likes her steaks well done. I cringe when she orders her food. You cannot do that. Don't do that, okay? At least go medium well instead of just well, okay? But so far, so good. We are about 30 seconds out for our first flip. And then we're gonna go ahead and do this again, all right? So we'll be right back. Look at that cap, look at that. Woo! Listen, when something's sexy, something is sexy, okay? Food is some sexy thing, boy, let me tell you. That is, this is why I said when I made that vegan recipe, I don't think I could go full vegan. Now, I might be able to be like cutting down my protein consumption, my meat consumption to like maybe once a week or something. Every day I kind of do have something, whether it's a chicken or a shrimp or fish or something like that. But I can do it where I can do vegetables for like most of the week, and then do like a nice beautiful steak once a week or something, because it is just, there's nothing, to me there's just like nothing like it. And my husband is a big, you know, he's just a man's man. He is a steak and potato kind of guy. So we're just gonna go ahead and not give him potato. We're gonna give him that cauliflower risotto, but I'll give him his steak because he deserves it. Good guy, hardworking guy. So we gotta do what we gotta do, right? We gotta feed the guy. All right, we are 2 minutes in. All right, let me see. Got 1 more minute, got 1 more minute on this guy. All right, that's 2 minutes. That is 2 minutes. Woo! Don't do that. That was a mistake. And another thing that you probably already know, but it's worth saying, don't crowd your pan. Make sure you don't throw like 3 and 4 steaks in here, because then you're gonna just steam your meat instead of really getting a nice sear on it. And that's just, it's not gonna be that good. So, you know, be patient, be patient. If you have a couple of people coming over, either get a larger cast iron pan, you know how they sell those longer ones that go on both burners, then you can do like 4 at a time. But otherwise, take your time. Don't force this, okay? Do the two, I mean, come on, it's like 6 minutes, 6 to 8 minutes, right? And then you can put that on a cutting board and let that sit while you do the other 6 to 8 minutes. I mean, come on. And a medium rare or a medium well, I mean, depending on the guest that you're having, is fine, just as long as you don't overcook this, right? So we got another 30 seconds. And then we're gonna flip this bad boy over again. Sorry, another minute after the 30 seconds, and then we're gonna flip it over. Another quick tip before I forget is don't use a non-stick pan, okay? Use either stainless steel or cast iron is the best. The cast iron is the best. I cooked this one a little bit more because I do have my aunt coming over for dinner. I know she likes her meat a little bit better done than my husband. My husband likes a really rare, medium rare. So we are about done with my husband's here. But for my aunt, I had to go a little bit more. You know, it is what it is, right? All right, I'm gonna just sear it on the side. Just because we want that crispiness all the way around. I'm gonna just bring this guy in just to sear on the side a little bit. All right, we are gonna let these bad boys rest, right? So let me pull this over here. Let me try to take this out of my way. Set these guys up neatly. Take some of the butter, not some, take the butter, because you're gonna use as much of this as not all of it. All right, that looks, oh man, that looks good. But can you hear that? All right, we're gonna take a piece of foil and we are just gonna lightly tent these guys. Done. Stays here for 10 minutes without touching. Do not touch it, leave it alone. The butter will melt and we're gonna cut it and get it going. See you in a bit. Hey guys, we're back. So it has been resting for about 10 to 11 minutes. Holy Toledo fishes. I don't know if you can see that. Woo, this baby's beautiful, beautiful. So like I said, my aunt is not really into having like a completely rare piece of meat. Is that right, Auntie?
Yes.
See, I told you. So we're gonna have to make this smaller one. We cook this down a little bit more for her. So I'm gonna cut this down the middle and show you. Look at that. Oh, what? Hello, hello. That is cut down the middle. This is for hubby. This is a little bit more pink. This is about a medium. Look at that. And this one is a medium, more like a medium well, okay? So that is what it looks like. We are gonna cut this up. I have these beautiful butcher blocks that my husband had cut up for me. That's gonna be our dinner plate for the night. We're gonna put a beautiful risotto on here, this amazing steak, and I will show you what that looks like in the picture. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to click down below and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to go shop for some merchandise so you can support this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, Phat out.